Every time I go through something, um, God has a way to answer back. He has a way to answer. I don't know if y'all have been following us, but me and Judy on the Lover and the Giver, we just got into a heated discussion on the last Lover and Giver about the weekend and what goes on in the weekend. And, it was some things that I didn't communicate with Judy about, that I was going through, certain struggles that I had from her, and the protection of her, or being protected of the household and the family about what I go through mentally and physically, throughout the mentality of, dealing with people. And, so this morning, yesterday, she was going to boost the prayer call because we had 5 or 6 people online, and she was expecting more people to come online with prayer call, which I was discouraged and I was bothered by it. And, I was going about it all week as far as going through the struggle of dealing with who's going to call and who's going to come in. This morning, nobody came in outside of Jennifer Cook. She came in. She's loyal to the prayer call. She's a very known prayer warrior. And she came in. So, during that prayer, the prayer call kept cutting on and off, kept cutting on and off, kept cutting on and off. Kept cutting Judy off as she was trying to pray and go in. And go in. That's sharp. So I just kept going. And I kept going to where when she'd get back on, I'd stop and let her go on. But, it would seem like she was cutting me off. But it's just like I told Cuz Love, and I tell other people, just because the mic stopped don't mean you have to stop performing. So I was discouraged, I was hurt, I was going through something. But then as we was going through prayer, God answered me, and he was like, man, don't worry about the other people. Don't worry about, the other people that don't call in. Just worry about praying to me. This is the time that, you really need me at this time. So that's why I didn't have anybody to call in like they call in as usual. Because, I know you've been going through something, and, this is the time where it needs to be up close and personal. Jennifer's going through something, Judy's going through something, and we all know what each other is going through. So I'm going to go ahead and put all 3 of y'all together who started this journey together to come in and pray to me together. So that brought a little bit of sparkness. That brought light to it. So the next thing you know, afterwards, I said I wanted to get on Lover and the Giver, of course, and do bedroom talk. So we started talking. Me and Judy started talking about what went on, different things about how we feel. And I went in, and started talking trash as usual. So me and Judy got off Facebook Live because she got really disappointed at me, and she really got hurt behind, really, just started going in on how I've been going after the people. So she told me to talk to a few people, so I reached out to a few people. I talked to my cousin Tyler, and Tyler gave me some good advice about the boost, how I'm sitting here talking to my Facebook friends like Linda Baker, when there's millions of other people that need to see what I'm doing, that really not seeing what I'm doing that really needs to go, you know, and they really want to support what I'm doing, but they don't know what I'm doing because I'm not reaching out to those people. So I need to reach out outside of my Facebook family and friends and social media family and friends. Then I talked to Big Brother Fly Ty, and Fly Ty was telling me, like, you know, he understands what I'm going through, but, you know, stay encouraged. And he also told me that if I stopped talking trash to y'all, that it wouldn't be who I was. You know, and I always tell people to live their dreams, and a lot of times we live our dreams, but we really don't know and really don't see the dreams that we live in. And y'all ain't got to interact because I'm going to just keep talking, but, you know, and that's good that you're not interacting. That's good that you're really not paying attention to what I'm saying, even though Tyler says you're really paying attention. But you ain't got to act like you're paying attention to what I'm saying, because it just makes me focus on what I'm saying. So go ahead, enemy. I love it. But anyway, I talked to Tyler, and Tyler was saying that, I talked to my big brother, and my big brother said that defeats the purpose when you're not yourself and you're not putting a little bit of trash talking behind. And God revealed to me how I was living a dream. When I was a little boy, I always wanted to be like a wrestling manager. I never wanted to really get in the ring and fight. I wanted to be like Jim Cornette, because Jim Cornette, to me, is the greatest manager of all time. Yes, we have Paul Heyman, but Paul Heyman basically was inspired by Jim Cornette, and Jim Cornette would tell you, and Paul Heyman would tell you, he looked at Jim Cornette. Lord, when I just look at Jim Cornette, you don't know how good I felt when I met Jim Cornette like 3 years ago, and I'm going to post it. But it made me like just reveal about how Jim Cornette was and how I wanted to be a manager, you know, and get beat up, go in the ring, and just, I could talk trash on the outside and have other people to defend me, you know, like Judy, to have defend me and get beat up behind defending me, or beating people up behind defending me. But when they got me in the ring, I just got beat up and oiled up and everything else. You know, just the entertainment part of being the manager, just the privilege, or commentator, just the privilege of running my mouth, you know, to the people where they don't know where I stay. They are nowhere around me, but I have the avenue to really run my mouth, you know, and talk my trash. So it really revealed to me, and it brings chills and it brings smiles to me of how my big brother was telling me, like, it wouldn't be you if you couldn't run your mouth. If you couldn't, whether you understand me or not, however, it wouldn't be me. So I say that to say this. Judy says get rid of y'all, but I can't get rid of you, because it wouldn't be me if I got rid of you. It just makes me feel good to talk trash about you or talk trash to you, even though it hurts, because the same people get offended and they get sensitive. So how can they support me, you know, by me running my mouth? Will make me look bad and give me something not to run my mouth about. See, the thing about it is that things that I'm passionate about, things that I care about, I talk about. And if I don't talk about you, or if I don't talk about what you're doing, or talk about how I feel about you, then I could care less about you. Some things you got to take for the good and just understand how somebody is. I remember I told Judy, and I explained to Judy about the time that Cuz Love, we went to Kevin Glover's event, and Cuz Love wanted to perform. He don't never ask for a paycheck. He don't never ask for money. He don't never think he's so big He's so hungry that he goes out there and he's willing to perform wherever or whenever. And he wasn't able to perform. That's all he wanted to do, is perform on his calling, right? So he wasn't able to perform. I sent him out there and he wasn't able to perform. So I talked to him. I was like, oh, we gonna do this, we gonna do that, we gonna blah, 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 blah. And he went off. He went off. You know, like, we really need to sit down and talk about this. But if I never saw that passion or understand that passion out of that frustration, when that man is working 40 hours a day, that man is doing everything he can do in order to please God, provide for his family, and keep going and working. He could have been like somebody else, regardless of how he performs or what he's performing with. That man still comes every day and brings 100%. He ain't sitting on his butt expecting to get paid every time and then not showing up if nobody pays him. I got somebody who's big in Charlotte, one of the biggest names outside of Charlotte, and I ain't got to argue with you because you know it. That said, little brother, I say, how much do you need? He said, little brother, anytime when you call on me, I got you. Just let me know what you need and I got you. Not expecting to get paid outside of the normal, who's mandatory to be paid whenever you call on him. He wants to be paid and he has the right to get paid. Enough said. From him to Larry, Herb, who gets paid, even though enough said and Ty are in the same avenue, because whatever they do for the glory of God, and they will not try to break your pockets in order to do something for God, but they still do it. These people get paid. These people are in the bracket of getting paid. They're respectful. They have a craft to get paid, and they have not only expectations. I wanted to think of a different word to where nobody get offended, but they're in the category to where if they're called on, they're gonna get paid. And it's not necessary. They can do that. They have the avenue in order to do that. They're very known around town as well as outside of North Carolina. But there are people that sit on their butt and expect to get paid sitting on their tail, and nobody knows who they are. But they say, Chuck, anytime you need me, I'm there. But Cuz Love don't know me from nowhere. Don't know me from nowhere, even though I manage him. We ain't grow up together. He don't know nothing about me. But anytime I call on bro, he right there to perform regardless. When he off of work, when he come off of work, wherever he's out there to perform. That man has a passion. And the point is that man will break his tail in order to go out there and perform. And you think that he get the love and you know, and positive feedback from people who he break his neck for. And he break his neck for Single Saved and Serious. But he still goes out there to perform. And tears it up every time. But I understood the passion when he was flipping on me, when he flipped about his frustration of he going through this and going through that in order to live a dream. And God answers sometimes, but sometimes it ain't the way that we expect him to answer. He always answers. And, you know, people got to expect you to be who you are and go through it. If somebody is venting in some type of way, sit down and listen to them. It could be somebody that's talking to their mother trying to get through college, or trying to reach out to somebody trying to get through college, and oh Lord, I know the feeling of trying to get through college and out 4 or 5 hours away in the wilderness to where they're around people who could care less about them and nobody wants to hear them, so they reach out to the closest person to them, and the next thing you know, ain't nobody listening, so they end up slicing their throat, or they end up jumping off a cliff, or they end up doing something, killing somebody, or murdering somebody. People need to be heard. These pastors and preachers who people look up to. You know, your Jay-Z's need to be heard, but the only difference is they have things in order for people to listen to. Half of the time when people are talking to you, they're going through the same thing. If that 444 didn't show you the frustration of how somebody is really trying to talk to you and really going through something and really talking to y'all about what that person is going through, that's what rappers do. That's what preachers do. That's what people do. I use social media to talk to y'all about what I'm going through. Just like Cuz Love used that face-to-face thing in order to tell me what he's going through and have a passion when nobody else understood, and they were on their phones and not paying attention to this man speaking with power about the frustration of working every day 40 hours, feeding his 4 kids way up in Alabama, not able to see his kids, but still trying to do things for God, the unseen. If you ever knew my pain or what I go through, why do you think I go hard for Will McCray? And I go hard, I don't even go hard for Cuz Love as I do Will McCray. But you know what though? God showed me by those boys showing up at my house with their people on Independence Day, when none of you did. But the people who knew me and had my back and sat there and supported me because they see how I'm hard for them, they were right there because they understand. They ain't want to talk about outside of Cuz Love. The people didn't want to talk about what I was passionate about because they ain't understand. But they understood at the end of the day the passion. Regardless of whether you like me or whether you don't, whether you support me or whether you don't, you always gonna see passion behind anything that I do. Anything that I put my hands on is passion. Why do you think North Star, and I don't go hard for North Star no more? There are reasons behind it. And I ain't afraid to sit there and reveal it, even though some people are private about what they go through in private and don't want social media. Don't want social media because social media may feel any kind of way. No. I don't need your congratulations. I don't need it. All I need to see you. I get congratulations off of my vision. I don't get it off of you going on social media and saying congratulations and I'm so proud of you. If I don't see it visually, I don't see you. I don't see it. Now, Daddy used to argue just because somebody don't show up don't mean they don't support you. Yeah, me and Daddy used to go at arguments all the time about that. He sees it differently, but Daddy ain't doing what I'm doing. Daddy was never doing what I'm doing. It wasn't social media when Daddy was out there doing things. He did things one-on-one, one-on-two. It wasn't thousands of people that he was reaching out to 26 people, 2,600 people that he was reaching out to. It might have been 10 or 20, and he did it within his job. The things that I do are outside my job. Now, if I was doing something within the job, the people at the job would support me because they're at the job. But I need to see stuff visually. I don't believe in your congratulations, period. I don't believe in, I'm proud of you, I'm so proud of you. You don't show me. You don't support me. And that's how I feel about that whole situation. So regardless if you support me or not, I got a right to be frustrated. Whether you tell me to stop being frustrated or not, I got a right to. I got a right to. And I'm going to continue to do it. And that's the way that I get, that's what I get out of it. That's what I get. My cousin Trino has a right to be the way that he is upon both of us feel the same way, whether he reveals it or not. We feel the same way, at least when he talks to me about our family. On my daddy's side, now the family on my mama's side, I got that. I don't have nobody feeling that way because ain't nobody doing what I'm doing on my mama's side or doing outside of their jobs on my mama's side. Ain't nobody that I know of, especially in Charlotte. So I'm the only one that can talk to my mama's side, and me and Trino can talk to my daddy's side. The way that we talk, I talk about my daddy's side. I got a right. That's why I didn't respond to the congratulations. If you congratulated me, did you subscribe to Urban Times? He didn't have to call us. There are plenty of people that's been married 5 or 10 years and up, and, you know, deserve more on the platform than we did. But the reality is he saw what we were doing, and I appreciate that, and I love him for that, and I won't let him down for that opportunity that he gave us to speak about what we're doing. But the point is, did you look it up? Because when I checked, there was 100 subscribers. But he does answer my prayers, because I got a right and I got an answer to everything that I'm praying about. And he gave me the avenue to talk trash to you.